right, Gennady Golovkin's next opponent is going to be, we'll get there in a minute, First of all, I just watched like an hour-long video of sumo wrestling. Like sumo, like two big dudes like in a circle. Kind of fascinating. But anyway, so I meant to have the video out a little bit earlier, but I'm like a deer in the headlight, you know, like a bug and like a bug zapper. When I get fixated on something and I cannot stop. Usually it's Tosh.0 or Tosh.0, whatever. But anyway, so Gennady Golovkin, Triple G Gennady Golovkin versus Indom? No, Indom. Hassan Indam. What the fuck? Hassan Indom? How the hell do you say it? Indom. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about, okay? Now let's backtrack a little bit. I made a video talking about Gennady Golovkin facing the Contender Series champion, Brandon. Yeah, I keep thinking of the songwriter, singer Bryan Adams, you know, The Summer of '69 and Heaven, you know. I kind of like that song, by the way. But anyway, Brandon Adams, okay? Now, here's the funny thing. So all these channels out there just dogging on Gennady Golovkin, ragging on Gennady Golovkin, you know, calling him the bum executioner and you've heard it, right? I don't need to repeat it. So turns out now Charlo is most likely, now it's not official from what I hear, it is and it is and it is. We're going to say it is official that Charlo, Jermall, okay, the bigger, I want to say they're twins. The actual middleweight Jermall Charlo will be facing Adams, and Gennady Golovkin is probably going to be in there with Indom. I got it right. So, you know, look, okay, if I had to pick, now I told you guys, I will support a B-level opponent like Indom, okay? I got no problem with that, and I'll tell you why, okay? You know, 35 years old, right? Dude is 37, 3 losses, and we'll get to it. We'll get to the bad stuff, but, you know, just coming off a win against Martin Murray, all right? Lost to Moretta, or actually beat Moretta, then lost to Moretta, okay? David Lemieux back in 2015, I believe, fought David Lemieux for the IBF, lost, okay? And then Peter Quillen lost to Peter Quillen. Didn't he got knocked down, I want to say like 6 times. And we're going to read a little bit to confirm that. But lost to Peter Quillen, of course, you know, got knocked down like 6 times, went on to lose by decision. But 3 losses, okay? David Lemieux, Peter Quillen, and Moretta, you know. So, but, you know, I guess his most notable win would probably be Martin Murray, which, you know, I guess he's kind of washed up now, too. You know, Golovkin beat him in the past, you know this. And, you know, beating Moretta in 2017, you know, before losing to him. So, but anyway, my point is, it's not too bad, okay? Like I said, I can get behind this. I can support this. Not too bad. But that Bryan Adams or Brandon Adams shit, no way. No way. Thank God. Thank the boxing gods above has shined upon us. Thank you for you know, not having that. Also, I heard, I'm a little bit disappointed. I heard that San Antonio, according to Lance Pugmire, just Google Lance Pugmire, Gennady Golovkin. According to Lance Pugmire, San Antonio, they were really trying to get Gennady Golovkin to come to the Alamo Dome, you know, to have a fight there. But according to, you know, I guess, I don't know, creditable sources, that's not going to happen. Okay, and we'll get into that in a minute, too. The video might be a little bit long. It's Friday night. I feel like talking about a little boxing, so why not? But, all right, let's get into this, okay? Former WBA middleweight champion Hassan Indam, what the fuck? Indam is now the potential opponent for Gennady Golovkin to fight the first bout of his new contract with DAZN on June 8th or 14th at Madison Square Garden in New York. Like I said, they were really trying hard to get him to go down to San Antonio to the Alamo Dome, which I wish they would have, because I would have totally been there. It's like 2 hours away from me. I go to San Antonio all the time. I'm in Houston, Texas. Actually, Charlo trains about 20 minutes from my house at Plex Gym, so I'm actually really near, you know, where they train. And San Antonio is about a 2.5-hour drive from where I'm at. And in fact, I went there like a month ago, went down to the Alamo, you know, visited the Alamo and the Riverwalk. So anyway, and I drove right past the Alamo Dome. In fact, they were doing that Comic-Con, that comic book thing, when I was there about a month ago at the Alamo Dome. So, you know, too bad that they couldn't make that fight happen. But anyway, here we go. June 8th or 14th at Madison Square Garden in New York. Now, June 8th is the date that they're looking for the fight, as they don't want Gennady Golovkin fight to conflict with former heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury debut with ESPN for Top Rank Boxing on June 15th. Okay, so in other words, they don't want to compete with a Tyson Fury fight on ESPN. So it's, you know, it's a smart move, I guess, by DAZN. We see that all the time. You know, you got maybe a championship fight on HBO and a championship fight on Showtime. You know, they're competing with one another. So basically, they're saying no, we're going to wait, and they're talking about even having it on a Friday. And, you know, now let me just kind of touch on something real quick. I was listening to a very biased, I would say the most biased channel on YouTube. I mean, it's disgusting how biased this dude is, okay? Now, he's reading the article about, you know, Gennady Golovkin versus Ndam, right? And then in the next paragraph, he's talking about the Charlo Adams fight, and acted like he just didn't even read that, you know. He's reading, you know, he's reading the article, you know, and you see his face, he's all blah, blah, blah. He got little bug glasses on, looks like a damn bug or something, right? And these big old, like, sunglasses, these bug eyes, right? Now, you probably know who I'm talking about. You know, so he's reading it and he's laughing, right? And then he goes over the part where they're talking about Charlo facing Adams and just acted like he just read like a weather report, you know, like it was nothing, and went right back into, you know, clowning on Golovkin. You know, so, man, I wish you, look, you guys have the power. I wish you guys would unite and stop supporting these garbage channels. I mean, like, I just do. I mean, you are... It is you, the boxing community, the public that supports that crap. Maybe not you as an individual, but, you know, maybe actually, I know for a fact that a lot of people from those channels come to my channel. So I am begging you, please stop supporting that crap. So, but anyway, let's get back into it. Ndam, there it is ranked number 3 with the WBO's accounts at middleweight. Okay, the date, okay, here we go. The date and venue for Golovkin's next fight still isn't definitive, but that's what they're looking at according to the LA Times, okay? Ndam is a respectable choice, right? He's a and I agree, he's a respectable choice for Golovkin to face in this fight. If this fight goes down, Ndam is ranked number 3. Okay, we just read that. Coming off a 12-round majority decision, a win over former 5-time world title challenger Martin Murray on December 22nd in Manchester, England. Okay, the highly skilled Ndam not only beat the always tough Murray 37-5, won 17 KOs, but he did it in his home country of England. Oh, somebody's calling me. Did it in his home country of England. Murray is hard to beat when he's fighting in the UK, but Ndam pulled it off, you know, basically pulled it off in the UK, you know. So I like this, you know, like I said, you know, he's ranked number 3, you know, he beats a guy that's had 5 title shots, you know, a top 10. He's definitely a top 10. I think Ndam is definitely a top 10, especially when you want to compare him to a guy like Adams, which we have never heard of, just never heard of. So, you know, right here, you know, Ndam isn't considered to be in the same league as Gennady Golovkin, Canelo, or Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade, and Jermell Charlo in terms of talent, but he's the next rung down and a very respectable opponent. One can argue that Ndam is a better fight than the guy that Gennady Golovkin's manager we're looking at for his June 8th fight, Brandon Adams. I mean, one can argue. It's not much of an argument. It's easy as hell to argue that, yes, in fact, he's a much better. Like I said, I can support this. So now also, they're looking at, I do believe we're going to see a Jaime Munguia. We're going to see a Munguia Gennady Golovkin somewhere in the future. I don't know when. It could probably be after the Canelo fight. What you're looking at right here, I was covering the fight as press right there. And, you know, just taking a few pictures. There's the arena right there. But, you know, I really think that fight's going to go down because they kept talking about it. Even at this particular event, that was kind of the hype, you know, that he's going to, you know, in the future, he's going to fight Gennady Golovkin. You know, they were just trying to hype his name up, you know, talking about that. And he wasn't, you know, not talking about Canelo Alvarez, not talking about Jacobs or whoever. They were focused on Gennady Golovkin. And I'll tell you, well, no, I can't tell you that. That's inside information. That's damn! I almost slipped a little bit. I have a secret, a boxing secret that I cannot tell you guys, and I damn near just did. But yeah, there's Sugar Ray Robinson right there. When I was covering the whatchamacallit, Mungaya fight right there. Here's me. There's me. Old Counterpunch Boxing, and Mr. Chavez. He was very cool. I got to hang out with him pretty much, I say all night, 3 or 4 hours. So you know, he was a really cool about it. But yeah, I think we're going to get the Jaime Munguia fight and Gennady Golovkin. I think it's going to happen. But next, I'm pretty sure it's going to be in Dom, and I have no problem with it whatsoever. What do you think about it? You, the boxing fan, the people that support the whole thing, what do you think about it? I mean, and what do you think about this, you know, selective reporting when it comes to other channels, you know, passing over the fact that the guy that they were dogging on Golovkin for fighting, being Adams, now Charlo is fighting, they say nothing whatsoever. You know, maybe I shouldn't care. Maybe I just shouldn't give a damn, but I do. I do, because, you know, somebody's got to speak up, okay? Abel Sanchez, real quick. Jaime Munguia and Canelo Alvarez are the options for Golovkin to fight in September, according to trainer Abel Sanchez. While it's been known for a while now that Canelo 51-1-2, 35 KOs is the plan for Golovkin to fight in September, it's interesting to know that Sanchez, the WBO junior middleweight champion, Munguia 32-0-26, is the plan B if no Canelo fight. Okay, there are a million reasons why Canelo and Golovkin might not fight each other in September. Also, I'm going to make a video elaborating on this a little bit because, again, I've got some inside information that I kind of want to share with you guys. So, like I said, I'm going to elaborate on Abel, you know. But there's all this clamor on both sides, you know, Golovkin, Munguia. You know, I heard it all night, fight night, you know, at the Munguia fight. And, you know, of course, now you have Abel talking about it and things like that. I've heard Oscar De La Hoya talk about it. So, you know, like I said, I think it's going to happen. Now, hopefully in September we get Golovkin, Canelo, the trilogy, which I'm pretty sure we're going to. But there is a possibility, you know, they could pull a fast one and try to wait Golovkin out, you know, until 2020. You know, look, I wouldn't put anything past Golden Boy Promotion at this point. Nothing whatsoever. But here you go, right here, Jaime Munguia, which, by the way, he was cool as shit to me, you know, so much respect to this dude. You know, I talked to him several times. You know, he treated me like a human being. He was down to earth and just a very real person, you know. He wasn't, like, struck by fame or nothing like that. So I totally support this guy, and I hope he does well. So, anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. What do you guys think? Gennady Golovkin, the Dom. I mean, you got to like it better than Adam. So what do you think? Leave it below.